today I'm going to be talking about something very personal to my heart that I'm super excited for. I can barely get my thoughts together. I'm so fucking hype and excited, and I just, oh my god, the possibilities. I can't stop thinking about it, and I'm super excited. Okay, so if you don't know, Robert Kirkman, the creator and writer of the Walking Dead comic book series and many other works, you know, he's responsible for the AMC picking up The Walking Dead and making that into a fucking success. Until recently, they turned it into the exact opposite of success. But we see Robert Kirkman, he ain't taking it too personal, because he about to bounce back. And if this turns out as good as I hope it's going to be, he is going to remain on top without even a scratch to his career or his credibility, even though he's not even, you know, like, to blame for what happened on The Walking Dead. It's just, you know, I don't know, I don't even want to talk about that. But the point is, after he finished his relationship and his partnership with AMC, he created a new partnership with Amazon. And Amazon, they have a streaming service. You know, they have a few shows on there already, more than a few. But anyway, he made a partnership with Amazon, and the first real project that he's going to get started with the Amazon streaming service is Invincible, the animated series. Now, Invincible is an amazing comic book series that's also created by Robert Kirkman and Corey Walker. Oh my gosh, it is amazing. I'm letting you know right now, guys, I'm going to be gushing over Invincible for the majority of this video. If you don't know what Invincible is, you are doing yourself a huge disservice. Please stop whatever you are doing in your life right now and read the Invincible comic book series. It's easily in my top 5 comic book series of all time, and it literally came the fuck out of nowhere. Shout out to Trev's Chan, the YouTuber that mainly makes YouTube Walking Dead content. I don't really watch him that much anymore. Nothing personal to you, but I just don't really fuck with The Walking Dead like that no more. I'll check it out like if it's something about the comic book, but regarding the show, I just don't care. But a couple of years ago, he made a YouTube video talking about Invincible, which is another one of Robert Kirkman's, you know, like I said, another one of his comic book franchises. And when I heard of it, I was like, you know what? I like Robert Kirkman. I really like The Walking Dead. I'm gonna check this out. So I checked it out and my mind was blown. This is my personal opinion, but I enjoyed Invincible way more than I enjoyed The Walking Dead. Like, this is the superhero comic book I have been waiting for, I have been wanting, I have been needing in my life. It scratches every itch that you might have, or at least for me. It's like a modern take on Superman. That's what it really is, bruh. Like, that's what it really is. Invincible, it takes a lot of inspiration from a lot of different series, but it does not hide it. It doesn't care. It's all the better for it. But the thing that makes Invincible stand out and makes it such an amazing series is the artwork and the fight scenes, the brutality of it. Like, it has amazing characters and relationships and dialogue moments, and like, it's so many characters that you can attach to and care about in this series. Like, you know, you have Mark Grayson, the main character. You have Omni-Man, you know, his father. You have Mark Grayson's mother. You have Adam Eve, his girlfriend, his love interest. You have Rexplode, Adam Eve's boyfriend for the majority of the series, or at least the first few issues before, you know, he cheats on her or some shit and then they break up, but he's still around, and, you know, it's a cool character. You have Robot, who is kind of like another version of Iron Man, but has enough different things going on with his own character that makes him stand out from, you know, like Iron Man. And it's just so many different things going on. Like, you have Alan the Alien, you know what I'm saying? And I love Alan the Alien, bruh. Like, he's like this one-eyed, yoked alien from space that just fucks, like, bruh, it's just so hype, so hype. And it's just this huge universe with different planets and these different alien races, this government that, you know, the alliance of what is it, the Alliance of Planets or something like that. You know, it's this huge government by the galaxy that is run by these different, you know, forces that are put into power. And then there's the Vultramite Empire, which Mark Grayson is from, which is like the equivalent of Krypton and the Kryptonians. And it's just so much stuff, and I just don't want to flood you with all this information in this one initial video, because you're probably so confused right now, especially if you don't even read Invincible, as to what the fuck is this dude talking about. He is talking a million miles per minute. Let me take a breath. I'm just super excited, man. And like I said, from the energy that I'm giving off, you can just tell that Invincible is an amazing series. And if it's not for you, you will at least find one thing to enjoy from that series. I don't care what you're into, I guarantee it. Because like I said, I am going to further emphasize on this. The action is gruesome, brutal, doesn't hold any punches, anything back. This is a very mature and violent series, and that is what I absolutely love about it. While most comics, or I'm not gonna say most, but a lot of comics, especially more like in the spotlight, like maybe Marvel or something, like even DC. I mean, don't get me wrong, DC has its fair share of violence, Marvel too, but I feel like with Image Comics, they have more free reign when it comes to just being over the top, just balls to the wall, just action, just fucking gore, and just, oh my, just intensity and raw. You know, Image is just known for that, and that's one of the reasons why I really enjoy that comic book studio, preferably over other ones. I usually enjoy reading Image, Top Cow, Vertigo, you know, all that stuff more than the other ones. And Invincible just gives further weight to all the stuff that I just said. If you just read oh my god, the Conquest arc. If you read the fight, is the character called Conquest? I'm not gonna spoil it for you, but just know the name Conquest. Like, when that shit gets animated, if it's successful and gets that far, if they make it to Conquest, Jesus Christ, I cannot wait until I see that animated. And the cool thing about it is that Invincible, the art is so good. I mean, in the earlier issues, the art isn't as good, but it gets better with time. But the art is so good in Invincible that you can argue that it's like watching an animated series already when you turn in the pages and reading it. It's just so good, and it just pulls you in and gets you so involved. And the series just continues to get better and better and better as it goes on. Now, it recently just ended with a great number to finish at, 150 issues, 150 chapters. And like I said, from the beginning all the way up to the end, it just continues to get better and better and better and better. And the story, it takes necessary turns, and it has twists and turns and things that you don't expect, but it does all these things in a way to where it just keeps layering on to the story with more characters, more story development, more world building, introducing new heroes, crossover events, stuff like that. But it does it in such an organic way, and it just keeps getting better and better. Like the scale and the scope of the threats and the characters. You have Grand Admiral Thrag, the leader of the Vulturemite Empire, who is an awesome villain, by the way. You have the T-Rex motherfucker, who is kind of like a villain, maybe, sort of. You have like the mind controlling squids that are like the aliens that take over people and have them doing their movements for them and everything, like like the taking over your mind and shit, like the typical aliens from space taking over brains and shit like that. You have just so many cool villains and characters, and yeah, man, I cannot praise this series enough. Like I said, top 5. It's one of my top 5 American, like US comics, because I'm usually more into manga, but I absolutely adore Invincible. It is so fucking good. And when I heard about the news that Universal was going to be making a live action Invincible movie with Seth Rogen at the helm and everything, he did Preacher and all that, and I'm like, okay, that's cool, I'm maybe it'll be okay. But knowing that they're also making an animated series on Amazon, so it's on the streaming service, which means that they're not going to be held back by not being able to show it in its the way that it's supposed to be, like adult, gritty, violent, bloody, like raw, the way that it's supposed to be. That just makes me so happy. And also, there's something else that I wanted to add on the people that are going to be working on it. I just pulled it up here on my phone because I just want to make sure I get all this right. But this is from the Hollywood Reporter, quote, "The series is produced by Kirkman Skybound with Simon Ricayapa. I'm sorry, I don't really know how to pronounce that, but it says that they worked on Teen Titans, which I am a huge fan of. OG Teen Titans too, like original Teen Titans. That show is crack. Like, and seeing the art style of that, it really would work well with Invincible. when you look at Invincible, it kind of does give like that Teen Titans type art style. Obviously way more evolved, but it looks similar to that, so you can see it. And also, it says that the set is showrunner, you know, the Simon guy said is the showrunner that worked on Teen Titans, and also David Alpert and Catherine Winder from the Star Wars The Clone Wars animated series. Star Wars The Clone Wars animated series. Now, is this the 2003 animated series that she worked on, or is it the series that, you know, the computer generated one? Either one, I don't care, because either one was salve. It's just the one from 2003 was way more salve. And oh my god, if she worked on that and she is going to be working on this, oh man, I'm just shivering in excitement. If you haven't watched Star Wars The Clone Wars 2003, put that on your radar as well, because that is an amazing short series. And they have Chris Copeland from Ultimate Spider-Man. I don't care. I mean, if it's the comic book franchise that they're bringing on, you know, if these guys worked on the comic book series and they bring them on, then that would be cool. I only read some of the Ultimate Spider-Man comic book series. I know, shame on me, I never completed it. But if these two guys, Justin and Chris Copeland, let me know in the comments if they worked on the Ultimate Spider-Man comic book series, then I'm excited to see what they have to add to this project as well, because they clearly have talent. But if they're the two guys that worked on the Ultimate Spider-Man animated series and they're going to be serving as supervising directors, then y'all need to get them far away, because the Ultimate Spider-Man animated series doesn't need to be anywhere close to an Invincible animated series. Invincible is Invincible, but I don't even think he'll be invincible to that, because, you know, this shit's supposed to be raw, and Ultimate Spider-Man the animated series is so far away from what Invincible needs to be. I don't even want with all these good people working on it, I don't even want them nowhere close to it. Let's just keep it positive. Let's keep the environment positive. But yeah, guys, I am very excited, as you can see from my energy in this video, and I can't praise this series enough once again. Invincible, the comic book series created by Robert Kirkman and Corey Wilkins, I don't know, one of those. Check it out, man. It's awesome. You can read it online at readcomicbooksonline.com. And yeah, just please check it out. 150 chapters. It's completely finished now. You can just binge read through the entire franchise, and I'm telling you, you will not regret it. It is amazing in every sense of the word. For giving you guys my thoughts and my opinion on the new Invincible animated series being worked on by Robert Kirkman and company for Amazon's streaming service. When the release date comes out, when any other news comes out regarding this, I'm gonna be the first one talking about it, or let me not lie, because people usually beat me, but I'm gonna be talking about it regardless, because like I said, I'm super stoked for this shit, man. So yeah, have a good one. Until next time, guys, peace.